was trying to figure out how to do this, but unfortunately, in order to tell you this story about my sex life, I first need to tell you about my dog. So, in July of 2018, I rescued a little dog. She's a little mutt. Her name's Agnes. She's the best thing in the world, and everybody loves her, and she's perfect. She's basically, so she looks like the dirty end of a mop, but like with an overbite and like as much enthusiasm as you can imagine. So, and when I got the dog, I was like, all right, like a lot of things are gonna change, right? Like I'm gonna need more structure in my life and gonna, like have to leave the house occasionally, which I wasn't doing with a cat. And, but like I didn't anticipate that having a dog would impact my sex life. So like, just one quick example. I have a partner who I see on and off for like 1,000 years, and you know how it goes. And I guess, so I guess he's like a friend with benefits or whatever. And he's actually been a great person to have in my corner because I'm gonna put this as politely as possible. He's very orally fixated, and I'm a lady, so that's kind of my jam. So there was one point a few years ago, he was over, we were doing our thing, the thing that worked for both of us, and I was just like laying back, I was like, you know what, everyone should have a person who all they want to do, like, until the end of time is your favorite sex thing. Like, no matter how weird it is, right? You should have someone who indulges you in that capacity. And then at some point, I opened my eyes, and I didn't anticipate this, but Agnes was like right here. She was like literally like inhaling my exhale, like we were way too close, So so I don't know, right, 6 feet. She did not put in 6 feet. It was pre-COVID, but anyway, so she was like trying to crawl into my mouth or something. So I decided, I couldn't, it was like so much happening at once. So I like picked up my dog, I like threw her. She's like the love of my life. She like scampers away looking sad. And I remember what was interesting about this point was that when all of that was over, I looked down and the guy, he was like still doing his thing. So like I had this like amazing moment of being like, man, this dude is in it to win it. So, but that's not the story I want to tell you guys about tonight. I want to tell you about, so I rescued Agnes in July, and then immediately she had like all of these medical issues, and it was like really scary to me and incredibly expensive, and I was like, I'm not going to another location without her. So that meant that when I went to work, she went to work. That meant that when I went grocery shopping, she went grocery shopping. She was like in the cart. And it meant that when I went on like a Netflix and chill date, that she also attended with me. So it was just like a month after I got her, and I was, I'm sorry. Oh, so this guy and I, we'd like seen each other once or twice. It wasn't like, I didn't know him really well, but like well enough, I guess, whatever. So we started doing what we were doing, and someone said earlier something about don't choke someone without their consent. This is going to also be one of those stories. So he put his hand around my neck, and I was like, you know what, I'm a millennial. I'm like, I'm young and hip. I can be choked. That can be fun. But like, I wasn't like 1,000% on board just because I didn't know him that well. And then as time passed, I was less and less on board as his hand got like stronger around my neck. And like, I remember I was having this thought. I was like, I really do not want to die naked on this stranger's sofa in Southwest Philly, and this little dog who is just learning to trust me and care for her will watch me die. Like, that's not an option here. But I wasn't sure, like, how to make that not happen. So, but it turned out that it was, like, totally unnecessary because he was, like, on top of me. He was like this. And the next thing, and the next thing that I knew was that I, like, sort of heard a tussle with Agnes, and then the guy, like, just disappeared. He literally, he got off the sofa, he ran upstairs to the bathroom, and literally, to this day, I've never seen him again. And so, so I was like, what just happened? And I realized that little Agnes, with her sweet little demeanor and her dumb underbite, like, ate this dude's fucking hand. And I was like, so, right, Team Agnes. But, so yeah, that's the story I wanted to tell you about how Agnes rescued me about a month after I rescued her. Thank you.